And we are live. What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Highly unlikely. Here with Raj, my boy.
Sup?
Welcome to our Wednesday episode. Y'all listening, y'all didn't get an episode till today because the auto schedule function didn't fucking work for SoundCloud last week before I went away on vacation. I usually edit these. We record these on Tuesdays. And so the Wednesday ones, I edit right in the morning. Release the Wednesday one as soon as I'm done, and then edit the Friday one, and then just schedule it for release on Friday.
What's this auto shit you speak of? I don't even know.
I'm explaining it.
Obviously.
You fucking stoner piece of shit.
Okay, go ahead.
You like after you're done making it, when you upload it, you can say like schedule to release on a certain date. So I upload it to SoundCloud, and then I release it for Friday morning. And so I set it for Friday morning before I went away, thinking that it dropped, and I wasn't checking my podcast shit because I was drinking, and y'all didn't get it at all. So today, when I got back this morning, I was like, oh shit, the episode never released. So I had to release it today.
Cool. Yeah, no, I seen that.
Apologies, fam. But here we are. You know what it is. Yo, I'm a little bit upset about something.
What's up?
So, you know how I was like talking to you before about how I used to get like a McWrap, right, from McDonald's?
A McWrap?
A grilled McWrap before I usually come here.
Oh, okay.
The macros are pretty good, like in terms of like calories, protein, all that shit. The last 2 weeks, I've been getting Starbucks protein boxes because it's got like a couple hard-boiled eggs, a little bit of meat, some bread, some fruit. Know what these are. Some fruit, right? It's just like a little combo box. I'm like, oh shit, I'm being healthy. Fuck yeah, it's probably better for me than McDonald's, right? That shit ain't fucking true. I looked up like I was just curious. I'm like, I wonder how processed this is. It's literally 2 hard-boiled eggs, fruit, one little like I swear to God, like this big of bread, and a tiny little thing of peanut butter, like a half of one of those little squares just to spread on it.
It's like an adult Lunchables.
Exactly. Straight up, that's exactly what it is. Dude, Lunchables back in the day were the shit.
Never had them.
Dude, why didn't you ever have them?
Because my mom always made like bag lunches. And I think, what year did Lunchables come out? I don't think that shit was popping.
I don't remember the date, bro.
But like...
Buddy, when you whip into my lunchbox...
when it was popping or elementary school?
No, bro. If I pulled out a Lunchable in high school, I would have gotten roasted so fucking hard, bro. So.
Well, you got those people that just refuse to do any home prep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's me. But dude, back at elementary school, when you whip out the pizza Lunchable, big dick on the table, fuck yeah, bro.
Oh, that's the king of Lunchables.
100%. Everyone's like, oh shit, you got a Lunchable, dog. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I never had those.
Making my own pizza in the middle of the fucking cafeteria? Hell yeah, bro. But yeah, this Starbucks protein box, more calories, twice the amount of saturated and trans fat as a McDonald's McWrap.
Okay, yeah.
I think just as much sodium, maybe a little less. With like terrible nutritional value. Like terrible compared to what I thought I was getting.
What's the cost?
The box was $8, I think, or like $6 or something like that.
What's the cost of McDonald's?
Same thing, like $5-6. So it's like super comparable. But McDonald's has like an extra 10 gram of protein, which obviously I'm going after. So like I was devastated though, man. I thought I was being so healthy.
That's what you get for trying to be healthy.
Yeah, I can just muck a McWrap now. Hell yeah, I feel like
that's why you do that shit, so you don't have to be healthy.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Come on, man.
Dude, I used to be like, when I used to work out before, it was really just like, if I'm hungry, eat, and never worried about calories.
Right, yeah.
Now that I'm actually like, I'm not anal, but like I have an idea of how much each meal is, and I try to stay under a maintenance calorie level.
Yep.
Dude, there's so much food that you think is good for you that's actually fucked.
Yeah, you gotta be, it's really hard to keep like on top of it. Like, yo, real talk, if you like read half these ingredients that are on the side of the box, I don't know what the fuck they are. I could barely pronounce some of them. Like, real talk, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like right there, you're losing. You're just like, you don't even know what that is.
Yeah, 100%.
They should be like more, what's the word, transparent?
Yes, they should. But also on the same, to play counter argument, there was a video that went around of like this lady, like she was going up to random people in the streets, or I think it was maybe to a protest, and was like, this ingredient is in our food. Listen to this, and like started listing off a bunch of like crazy ass long names. And this person's like, this should be banned. XY company, whatever it was, right. They deserve to go to jail. All this shit. She's like, I just listed the chemical compound for an apple.
Oh, I think I seen that shit. I seen it. It was written out though. I seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's
I
like,
did see this.
And
it was crazy though. I don't even know what.
Dude, 100%. It sounded like cancer, bro. I was like, no way, that's going in me.
I'm like, this is an apple. You fucking kidding me?
Straight up, dude.
No, that was pretty good though.
But this chick's like, yo, just it's good that you're doing this, but be more informed before you actually freak out on shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just like freaking out because you can't pronounce the fucking words.
Exactly.
The fuck out of here.
But also at the same time, I'm scared of big words too. I get what you mean. You know what I mean?
I thought there was like,
Fuck, I got to rock.
wasn't there like a law where it says that you have to put like, or is that already on? Like,
What do you mean?
how many calories, all that shit. Like
Yeah.
some people weren't doing it. Like that's
mandatory now.
It's mandatory, right?
For the longest time, you didn't need to have it on like fast food menus, and so you had no idea. And then people learned that a Big Mac is like 1,200
Some of that shit
calories.
be crazy, dude. Yeah.
It's wild, bro. Especially in the States where everything's like huge.
Yeah, including the people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
You ever had a KFC Double Down?
no. What's that?
So it's
Is that the one with the chicken
instead of
as the
bread.
bun?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. That makes me want to throw up.
I'm
bro.
telling you right now,
Oh, fuck. Disgusting.
that is the best shit I've ever had in my
Really?
life.
It was good?
Dude, I'm not a fast food guy. You know that. My stomach's fucked all the time.
Right, yeah.
Double Down, bro. I could muck a Double Down right now.
Like, I don't, like, whatever. I'll eat fast food, but that shit makes it looks fucking gross.
Dude, it was still fucking delicious. I highly recommend the Double Down. Also, Shamrock Shakes from McDonald's. Banger.
Those are still a thing on St. Patrick's Day?
They are. I was going through the drive-thru right now. I was real close to getting one. And
Low key, McDonald's shakes are ass. You know?
Shamrock Shakes are nuts, bro.
If you're going to get a shake, you got to go like Dairy Queen.
I've never been
Let's really do this shit here.
You're really fired up about these milkshakes,
But
bro.
you know what I mean? If you're going to get a shake, let's go to the people that really do this shit.
Not gonna lie, I like McDonald's milkshakes, bro.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, straight up.
They're all right, but I'm just saying, you know? Like,
Yeah. I've never been a big Dairy Queen guy. I don't know.
but if I'm going to get a milkshake,
I understand,
I'm going to a...
but you ever been to Rocco's Diner? Really? So it's a 24-hour diner out in Mission, and it's the most bomb milkshakes you ever had in your life.
Oh, weird.
Like old school, glass this tall, and then they give you the extra in
yeah,
like
the
the
stainless
silver
steel?
tin.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And there's like
Red
28
Robin
flavors.
does that.
Yeah, there's like 28 different flavors, and you can combine flavors up to like 3 or
nice.
4. It's nuts.
Yeah, no, I never eaten there.
We used to get absolutely ripped and go drive out there.
Dope.
Yeah, it was good
That's
shit. What'd you do over the weekend?
Not
I feel like-
a hell of a lot, man.
Because on Mondays and Tuesdays, like we don't see each other over the weekend, but then we don't talk because we don't have shit to talk about on the podcast.
What do I... Yeah, no, did shit with the old man.
Yeah.
And UFC fights.
Mm-hmm. They were fucking
Yeah,
good.
just chill, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing crazy. How about you? You said, when I talked to you Friday, you said you were going to go up with your homies. I think you call them the Proud Boys. And you guys were gonna
Yeah,
go
my guys.
Go away for the weekend or
Those are my
something?
homies, dude. That's my family, dude.
Yeah, so
Blood
how'd
related, bro. We had a good old rally up in Vernon. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Lots of supporters came out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good, really changing the world.
Storm some buildings.
Yes, sir.
Now, how was yours? You did the whole White Boys X Games or what?
Yes, sir. I fucked up my face doing a 360. So I went snowboarding up
I was
in.
gonna say, what were you doing here? Snowboarding?
I was snowboarding up in Vernon.
Do you do anything else like snowmobiling and anything else? Or
Just snowboarding.
Just boarding. Okay.
It's like one of the mountains up there, Silver Star. It's unreal. Because like down here, all the snow's all wet and heavy and it's gross.
Nice
Up
and
there,
fluffy and
exactly.
fresh.
It's dry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Nice.
But was it?
That's my white boy lingo for
Yes.
skiing. You like that shit? Yeah.
But then my cousins were up there with their girls, and so it was like my close family. I brought a girl up, and then a couple other friends
Proud
show up.
Boys, we know, close
Yeah,
families.
straight up, bro, 100%.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. I like fucked my shit a couple times though.
Oh yeah, bit it hard.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
there's like, because the first day was nice and like really fresh and not skied out because it was the middle of the week.
Okay.
And they had gotten snow and no one shows up during the week, so we went Friday and it was nice. But then by the end of Saturday, everything was just like hard and compact. So me and my cousin were like hitting this jump at the beginning, and I was 360ing it. And then on the last day, we went back to it, 360'd, and then when I came back around, my board slid out and I just fucking smashed my face on the ice.
So a lot of people up there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No, you can't social distance.
No.
So like, was it like bars open and shit too?
Yep. But it is like down here is like 6 people per table type deal.
Okay, yeah.
It was
10
fun, though.
o'clock, no more booze.
Yeah, exactly. But we had like, it was all just family because they were going to rent like a house, but then the people we were going up with bailed last minute.
Oh, wow.
So we got like an executive suite. It's like 1,600 square feet, like nice, right? And so just like people came over, a bunch of family
Sweet.
came up. It was good. Really, really good.
Dope. Oh, that's good to get away with the fam, you know?
Oh, 100%. I haven't seen my cousins in a while too, so it was good. Both their girls got absolutely mangled on a couple of the nights. Like fucked up beyond belief.
Girlfriends?
Yeah, they're girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell it on the next episode. There's some funny stories. But it was good. I actually watched the fights live, which I feel like I haven't done in a while.
Oh, yeah? Is that right?
Apart from, like, big cards, I'm always watching, like, replays.
I actually been watching them live at, like, the legit time. I always do it late night.
Yeah.
But I've been actually, because I do the old streaming, so I watch it
wait,
live.
you don't pay for your fights?
I don't know what you're talking about. Dana,
How do you not
Dana, I don't know what you're talking about.
pay the people who give us content to talk about, Raj? You're a real piece of shit. You know that?
But, so, okay, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was a good card. I thought it was a really good card.
What do you want to do?
I want to give a shout out to Alexa Grasso first, that smoke show from Mexico.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch that.
Dude.
As like I said last episode. You can miss me with that shit.
Okay,
okay, yeah, what happened there?
I was gonna say, if you go to this girl's Instagram and see her dancing, bro, you change your mind about watching it. Believe me.
Oh, word?
Straight up, I'm kind of in love with this girl.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, she's like. People got to realize, like, MMA standards for good looking are a lot different than real world standards for good looking.
Gina Carano was good looking, right? We talked about this a long time ago. You're like, nah, you don't think so.
She's all right.
That bitch got fired, eh? Did you see that bullshit?
Yeah, there's a lot of people getting fired. But this girl, by real world standards, is like an 8.5. Like a good looking girl. Like
So she been in UFC for a while or what? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, she's been in them for a while. Like,
Okay.
Like borderline smoke show. But she's like Mexican, has got the Mexican dance and ass and all that shit.
Looks like Canelo.
Basically, bro.
Canelo with long hair?
Yeah,
Sweet.
pretty much.
Sweet. She's a handsome woman.
Mm-hmm. My kind of woman, you know what I mean? I like them burly.
Brooklyn just came back here, dog.
You got the game up 20. Right now?
Yeah, Brooklyn was down 20. No KD or Kyrie.
Dude, their offense is unbelievable.
And they just went ahead with 11 seconds left.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
She won the fight. She was fighting against not Megan Anderson. Oh, I forget who she's fighting against.
You're asking the wrong guy again.
Yeah, like I know. Either way, it was a good fight. She
cool.
She's a really good striker, actually. So like the other girl was kind of
Did
brawling.
it go like decision then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the other girl was brawling, and Alexa was like actually like picking her shots, being technical. And so like she'd get clipped, but it was more like she'd be step back, straight rights, that sort of thing.
What's she ranked now, dude?
She was outside the top 10.
Okay.
She moved up a weight class.
Oh, okay.
Or down, one of the two.
Okay.
So she's in the top 10 now.
That's cool.
Do you want to talk about actual fights? Is that what you're waiting for here?
Yeah, whatever one you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm talking about ones with dicks, you know what I mean? Your type of style.
Yeah, I can't do the... Yeah,
the dickless fights? You can't do dickless fights?
You know my views on that shit.
Mm-hmm. You can blame it on your culture, bro. It's fine. You want to talk Kelvin Gastelum?
Yeah, okay.
I am pumped for Kelvin because I actually really like him, especially after his fight with Izzy. He's been on a bit of a... We were talking about this. He's been on a losing streak. We went over it last podcast. And I'm pumped to see him actually like show that, hey, he's still a top tier fighter in the 185 division.
Yeah, well, one more loss is, everyone would be like, is that the end of him?
Yeah,
for
straight
UFC,
up.
right? So, and obviously he felt the pressure too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, huge weight off his shoulders, obviously. And like, he's only still 29 years old, right?
Yep.
So it's like, the door ain't shut on him.
He's right in his prime.
So
like,
he's
got another 3-4 years of it.
Yeah, for sure, I'm happy for the guy. Everyone knows like it's just been tough go of it for him for the last few now. So
it shows how high level the top of the UFC is in all weight divisions. Like you're dealing with the best of the best, night in, night out. Anyone can beat anyone. Which is why when you see someone go on a tear as like champ and actually hold it for an extended period of time, it's really impressive. For sure. Really impressive. Which like we'll talk about this after, but like I don't understand the hate that Kamaru gets. Like dude, he's fucking run through that division and it's so impressive what he's done.
It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not many people talk about him, give him that. Well, he even says it too. About nobody giving him respect. And I don't know about nobody giving him respect, but out of all the champions, I think he's one of the least talked about.
He doesn't get love from the fans the way other champs do, right?
But
that also has to do with his fighting style. Like, do you want to just get into his fight?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, shout out Kelvin. I'm happy you fucking won because I didn't want to see you get cut or something stupid. I know you're dealing with some mental demons too, so shout out Kelvin because I'm glad you won. Usman Burns.
A lot of people are like picking fucking Burns before this, and
Dude, 100%.
they showed there's fucking levels to this game.
Mm-hmm.
I say it a lot in these fights, but it rings true. Now, credit to Burns. He ripped through guys, made Woodley look foolish. Like, he put himself in this position, rightfully so. But then Usman showed, yo, bro, you ain't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And no disrespect, but you ain't there yet.
So it doesn't sound like you thought the first round was very, like, for me, I thought this fight was, like, super, super close.
Bro,
up until
Usman got rocked so bad.
Dude, it was over. He was, like, out on
So
his feet.
bad.
When he was in his corner in between the first and second, I was like, this man's concussed. Like, he's out of it.
Yeah, Gilbert, like that overhand right, he fucking lays out everybody with.
Dude.
And, credit to Kamaru for composing himself. And, like, getting his mind frame back and to be able to take that. And like Gilbert even said, too, he got too excited.
Mm-hmm.
And in these championship fights, that's the difference between winning and losing.
100% it is.
So, and like he said, he's going to learn. But one thing I got to say, that fucking jab of Kamaru's.
Dude, this is one of the things, like, this fight just, like, again proved for the, I don't know how many time that Trevor Whitman is one of the best coaches in the UFC.
Yo, how long has he been training with Trevor Whitman?
If not the best UFC. He just changed for this fight camp because he was going against because he was going against Gilbert Burns.
So this is going to be a full-time thing going forward,
Yes.
right?
It fucking should be. Like, Trevor Whitman in between rounds to a concussed Kamaru, your jab is what made you champ. Stick to your jab. And he said the exact same thing to every single one of his big fighters. And, dude, that Trevor Whitman jab is unbelievable.
Well, he did have, like, the huge 5-inch reach advantage, I think it was.
Oh, he's a lanky. He's a lanky boy.
But, like, Rogan called it the best when he's like, that jab's like a piston. Totally was. No wasted movement. Just fucking shooting straight up and down. Like, it was so... It was, like... It was really... I was super impressed. It just... He added another dimension to his game. It's like a basketball player adding a new move in the offseason.
Yep.
He came back. He's continuing to evolve. Who knows what he looks like coming back the next time.
Because it takes a while for a fighter and a coach to really click. It takes time to develop chemistry and for the coach to understand what he needs to do to motivate his fighter and vice versa. So if they click this well in their first big fight, like, this is going to be like a match made in heaven. He's going to be so dangerous going forward.
So also after the fight too, Burns was crying and Usman was kneeling in front of him there. Right?
Usman looked like he was going to cry.
He did.
I thought he was going to cry.
I have the interview here. He did say he almost broke.
Yeah.
He had to, like, tell himself, you're the champ, and, like, now Usman, talk about respect. He passed GSP for the longest winning streak in welterweight history with 13. Also tied for the second longest streak in UFC history, only trailing Anderson Silva.
It's elite company.
Fuck yeah.
Like, elite company. I want to pause before we go into, like, the stats in the interview, though. Just for those who don't know why both those guys were so emotional, these guys used to be training partners back in the day. Like, and Kamaru talked about it in his interview, like, fighting back tears. Like, these guys came up together. They were in the trenches together. They fought wars in the gym together. Like, these guys were boys. And one of the craziest moments for me and what got me so excited for this fight was pre-fight, Herb Dean saying touch gloves, and Kamaru's like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, after the fight, he's almost crying because he put down his boy. But, like, it just shows you that championship mindset. And he said in his interview, like, when Rogan called him on the same thing, do you have the interview? Or you got a different one?
Oh, I just have the post-fight one.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's in this interview, but Rogan calls him on it and says it wasn't like you to not touch gloves. And he's like, even though that's my boy, like, you got to know once we get in that cage, like, there's no friends here. And that's how you know, like, Kamaru's a fucking champ, and Kamaru's going to be a champ for a long time. Like, that motherfucker ain't going anywhere. And
sorry.
You're good.
To add to your point about them sparring together, so Burns was talking to MMA Junkie, and he said that they have over 200 rounds of sparring.
That's crazy.
Started in 2012 with the Black Zillions. The Black Zillions broke down. They moved with Henry Hooft.
I always think that name's hilarious.
Combat Club they went to. I also went to Hard Knocks. From Hard Knocks, they went to Sanford MMA. So it's been a total of 7 years they've been training together.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking wild. And here's the thing. Burns knows everything about Usman, and he got whooped.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? These other guys have a chance, man. You know what I mean? Like, guys that never sparred with him. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy, dude. If anyone's gonna know that guy's weakness and be able to use it to their advantage, it would have been Burns. And he got rocked so bad there. And yeah, it was fucking impressive, man. It really was. A lot of people said that he should have finished Masvidal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he fucking finished Burns.
Yep.
So
it's one of the, like, and to completely add on to this, like, there's no one in that division. Like, do you see anyone in that division beating him? For me, Burns was the only guy.
Well, he holds wins over 4 of the top 5 guys and 6 of the 10.
Yeah.
Like, what are we?
He's run through everyone already.
I hear like Colby or Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards, I think, is, like, if you're a purist, that's the fight that makes sense. They're gonna do Masvidal again just because that's the money fight and there's an excuse built in. Kamaru called him out, but I think the fight I want to see is Leon Edwards because he's been on a tear recently.
Now he was supposed to fight Chimaev, and now that's off.
Mm-hmm.
So now these guys fought 4 years ago or something.
Yeah.
You think Edwards deserves a shot after being off this long and not fighting anyone? He's just going to come in and fight Usman?
The thing is, I don't think Leon Edwards has been inactive because of his own doing. He had a fight lined up with Tyron Woodley when he was champ, didn't he? And then he was supposed to fight Kamaru, and then shit got held off, and then he was supposed to fight again, and then COVID happened. Like, he's been inactive not because he's been turning down fights. He's been inactive because fights have been canceled on him.
No, I get it, but he's still been inactive.
Yeah, but I mean, he's number 3. Colby's above him. Gilbert Burns is above him. Masvidal's below him. Then after that, it gets a little iffy. It's Wonderboy, Chiesa, Woodley. Like, I think it's the only fight that makes sense. Now, I'd love to see Colby Covington fight him again. I thought that fight was crazy good. I'm curious to see what Jorge can do, but I think he gets whooped. But
I heard Thompson wants to step in for Chimaev and fight Edwards.
That'd be cool.
The winner of that fights Kamaru. That's what I think.
That's a really good fight, man.
That's what I think should happen.
That's a really good fight. I'd be down to see that. Honestly, any of those guys in the welterweight division, the top 5-6 guys, they're all so good. That, like, any of them fighting, I'm happy with.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
That division kind of drops off. Like, I'm just looking at it. Like,
for him, there's not really many exciting fights, dude.
No, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to be dethroned for a while, and he's too big to move down, and he's too small to move up. Like, he'd get whooped by Israel. Like, Israel's a big boy. Like, there's no way he's hanging in there with Israel. Now, if Izzy, like, goes up and stays up, sure. But, like, imagine Usman versus Paulo Costa or something like that. Like, that's a huge size difference.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty boring. I think. The one I guess, is the Street Jesus fight, like you said. But after that, I don't know. Like I said, I think winner Wonderboy and Edwards. If the UFC does do that,
yeah,
I don't even know if they're gonna do that or not.
You're probably right. That's a good fight. You got that interview?
Yeah. So here's Usman talking about the fight.
It was a little tough. This one was tough for me. This one was very tough for me because Gilbert is somebody that we kind of grew in the sport together, and it was somebody that we shared a common goal. We both wanted to be the best in the world, obviously at 2 separate respective weights, but it was a tough one for me because Gilbert, and first and foremost, I want to say I'm proud of Gilbert. I'm very proud of him because a lot of people kind of wrote him off after he suffered that knockout at lightweight, but he recomposed himself, something that, I'm no stranger of. He recomposed himself. He got back on the horse. He moved up on weight class and he tore through that division. He deserved to be in there with me tonight, and I'm extremely proud of him for that. And that's part of the reason why this one was a tough one for me.
So yeah, it's like we just talked about their history, 7 years.
When you got 7 years of
say separate, we can separate it when we get in the ring, but it's gonna definitely be tough. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're on the mats and you're going through like fight camps together, you're going through weight cuts together, like that's a crazy bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And we talked about them not touching gloves. This is what Usman had to say afterwards about that.
This one was tough initially coming in. It was tough for me, but I said it earlier in interviews, like my mind is different than these guys when we get in there. I see no face. That is my octagon. And I said earlier, he said, oh, I have something he wants and he's coming to get it. What's more personal than that, than somebody that you grew up in a sport with, that you train with daily, looking at your food, looking at your plate and saying, you know what, I want his plate. I'm not happy with mine, I want his plate. What's more personal than that? And I say to these guys, anything you say can and will be used against you when you step inside that octagon with me. And I remember watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, and I was like, oh, this guy thinks like I do. Because when I go in a competition with these guys, that's exactly how I think. If you give me anything, if I even hear you say in a video, oh, I'm gonna knock what you gonna do to me? Oh, you better be ready to back that up when we step inside that octagon.
Straight up.
He's gangster, bro.
I don't know who wants to give this guy any more motivation. You know what I mean?
He's not going anywhere, dude. And to be really honest with you, he's not a boring fighter.
Well, no, this was super exciting. Like, I did not expect. When we talked last week, you were saying a lot of it, like clinch work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he almost wanted to come out and prove a point here.
100%. He's not a boring fighter. He's a smart fighter. Like, his fight with Colby Covington was a, brawl. They're going back and forth. What he does is, if he sees an opening where he thinks he can win, in terms of game plan, obviously versus Jorge's a wizard on the feet. He's not going to give him the space to be on the feet. Tyron Woodley, he thought he could put him on the ground, avoid that right hand, and that's what he did. With Colby Covington, he thought he could take him in stand-up, and both their styles kind of offset each other with the wrestling. Same thing with Gilbert Burns, and so he was standing up. He's not boring. He makes, it's hilarious because I heard a comparison between him and GSP, because obviously they're both welterweight. Some people are saying Kamaru's the best of all time now, which, let's slow down a little bit. But people are like, I love GSP. How can you love Snoozman? GSP was the most tactile, boring fighter of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Super boring.
How can you say that Kamaru is boring and then be a fan of GSP? That blows my mind. I don't know. He gets too much unnecessary hate.
One thing this fight proved, I thought, was Kamaru can take a solid punch.
Fuck yeah, he can, dude.
So this is him talking about getting rocked.
Necessarily hurt. I was just kind of a little off balance. The cage was slippery in there. That was I kept.
Shut up, dude. You were hurt,
between
bro.
Rounds, I kept pouring water on the ground because it was very slippery in there. But the funny thing is that's exactly kind of how sparring went. He's he was a lightweight coming up, but he's got big power in his hands, and he's a hooker. Anybody else in the division, they get caught with one of those hooks, they're going to sleep. But I'm a champion for a reason, and I recompose better than anybody. And so I just kind of had to recompose myself and listen to my coaches. They told me not to rush it. I know what I worked on this camp, and I just had to stick with the game plan, go out there and watch the whole fight come into fruition.
So, one thing here. It's funny how it gets super slippery when you get fucking rocked.
Yeah, no shit, right?
All of a sudden, shit's slippery as a motherfucker.
But also, pouring canvas on water, how is that going to make it less... Sorry, pouring water on canvas?
Yeah,
how is that going to make it less slippery?
I don't know. And, you're only pouring it in your corner, right? You know what I'm saying?
Get out of my face, bro. You were rocked. Whatever. Either way, shout out Kamaru Usman. Killer fight. Do you got any more from it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We talked... No, that's fine. We talked about the whole Masvidal thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is him talking about the Masvidal thing.
Coming
Well, like I said, put some respect on my name for a reason. You know, that fight, he had a built-in excuse. That's the only reason he took that fight. We tried to make that fight twice before. He said no. You know, for the May, you know, we know when Khabib and I think it was Ferguson, when they fell out, we tried. I called Dana right away. I said, hey, it's 2 weeks notice. I haven't really been training, but I'll step in if you need me to. And they tried to make that fight, but Masvidal said no. And then he did an interview to where he said, oh, well, the numbers weren't right and this and that. He's been saying no. The only reason he took that fight on Fight Island is because it was a built-in excuse. He was training the whole time. But he said, oh, I only had 6 days notice, so that's why that went that way. Well, guess what? I'll give you a whole training camp, and this time I will stop him. I promise you. That's why I was disappointed in myself that last fight, because I know I could stop him. But with all the circumstances that took place, I just went out there and dominated him from start to finish. So this time I will stop him if he wants to step up. But I guarantee you he doesn't want to. He's going to be quiet.
And to be honest, I gotta agree with him. I think he would finish Street Jesus. I'm a big
100%.
Jorge fan.
100%.
But yeah, I think it wouldn't be close. I don't think, man.
Nope.
To be honest, and that's no disrespect to Jorge, but I just think Usman's on another level now. You know what I'm saying? So
This was Gilbert and Colby for me were the two guys where it's like, hey, these guys are monsters in the same way that Usman was, and he finished both of them.
Here's Gilbert Burns after the fight.
Yeah, wasn't exactly where I want to be. I think I get overexcited, and when my guy Cody Garber, I'm crazy. You know, as soon as I heard he, and that was the second time. I think I did make the same mistake when I fought Dan Hooker, and I got overexcited, and then to become a champion of that game, I cannot make those mistakes, you know. And but like the way I see right now, I just want to do like Robbie Lawler. You know, he was the only guy, if I'm not wrong, that lost to Johnny Hendricks, and then just got right back, got a couple wins, fought again, and became a champion. And then that's exactly what I'm going to do, you know.
So, one thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, his punches are better than his English.
Respect him for actually trying, though. Fuck.
Oh, for sure. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's
so
just
funny.
me being a jackass, all right?
I know,
Leave me be, all right? You know what I'm saying?
I got a little excited. I don't know what I do. I can't make
Sounds
those
like
mistakes.
me after a fucking few drinks, you know what
But
I'm
as
saying?
soon as a little Mexican comes out,
Now, obviously, we talked about since they were training partners and all that, the emotions going into it. They asked him if it was difficult to contain his emotions, and here's what he had to say.
A little bit. I still like it, Kamaru Usman a lot. I have so much respect for the guy, and but when we get there, we're gonna fight. You know, he's not. You know, he's not a tennis. He's not a soccer. He's a fight. But I have a lot of respect for the guy. You know, I'm never gonna say nothing bad about him. I know his daughter. You know, all his family, and we exchange a couple good things. You know, and nothing. It is what it is. You know, I think when I go to the fight, I don't see face. I just try to finish. You know.
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you remember their exchange after the fight there? Kamari, they were like embracing and they were saying some shit. Do you remember that?
yeah.
So they asked Burns about it. This is what Burns said.
So Kamaru left the gym, and I think they need to get that done. I don't believe it's done yet. You know, the way relationship is over. So a couple guys still feeling a little bit. I hope he, Henry, and the coach get the thing together. You know, I like all of these guys. I don't want a drama. I don't want anything. And he just talked to me like, I like you so much. So keep working. You were the hardest fight I ever had. And don't, I still like you so much. And I just said, I like you so much. You like, I just want to become a champion. It's nothing like, even the thing that he said, he wants to take food from your sister. Come on, bro. I know he just made that, just to get that little angry. I love his family, and I just, I even pay for his school if he needs to, but.
So obviously there was big animosity between him and Henry Hooft, and that says it all. Kind of like Gilbert says that he kind of wants that relationship to get back together. So, shit runs deep, I guess. Obviously, you know 100%. What I mean. So yeah, what's the next one? Is it Izzy and Blachowicz?
Yeah, dude. Okay, this next fight card is stacked. I want to do like a breakdown the week before, but it's Izzy Blachowicz. It's Jan.
Oh yeah, Pewter.
Jan versus, I'm pulling it up right now. Petr Yan versus Aljamain Funkmaster, who I think he's gonna win. I think Aljamain's so fucking nasty. And then Amanda Nunes is on that card. She's gonna beat.
I got Petr Yan, son.
Really? Let's put $20 on it.
You hear it here.
Let's do it right now.
I got Mr. Petr Yan.
Dude, Aljamain's gonna get a hold. The Funkmaster's gonna funk, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I love Aljamain.
Fucking. I owe you $20.
Yeah, whatever.
From the fucking Chiefs beating the Bucks. Fuck, that sucks. Hold on. Sterling over Yan.
Okay, hey, one last thing on Kamaru.
Yeah.
So, out of the top 8, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll go through 1 through 8.
Yeah, do it.
Gilbert Burns first, done. Colby second, took care of him. Leon third. Jorge fourth. Thompson and Chiesa are 5th and 6th. And then Woodley and Dos Anjos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's no one, bro.
No.
There's no one.
I think it's going to be him and Wonderboy Thompson.
So this is the thing.
That's what I think is going to happen.
I think that'd be such a fun fight because Wonderboy's so dangerous, as proven time and time again how dangerous he is when people try and shoot on him. Kamaru's not going to shoot on him, which means that he's going to be stuck dealing with Wonderboy's weird shit. And
he's long and lanky.
Fucking
Fuck that boy.
Love Wonderboy fights, man. Like, people hated on the Tyron Woodley Wonderboy fights. I fucking loved those fights, man. I love technical stand-up. It's so much fun to watch. Like, so much fun to watch.
I missed this in the UFC, but
what?
The Andre Ewell Chris Gutierrez fight. Did you see that fight?
I did not.
So apparently John Anik makes a comment during the fight and mentions that both fighters are facing trouble in getting custody of their children.
On the live broadcast?
Put people's dirty laundry
on the live broadcast?
Yes. So, obviously, these guys catch wind of it, right?
You can't do that, dude.
And so, Gutierrez tweets out... This was good. It's interesting how John Anik brings up my custody battle, but doesn't discuss when he got caught cheating on his wife in 2017. This is the shit you bringing upon yourself, bro. You want to call people
yeah,
out?
Straight up, bro. You
Man,
can't be
you
mad
don't
at
even
it.
know. You
can't
know what I
be
mean?
mad at it, bro.
Andre Ewell says, shout out to John Anik for bringing light to my situation. I want everyone to know I'm fighting for my son, and that fight is the biggest fight ever. So thank you, John Anik. I know where your heart is at.
That's so weird that he'd say something like that.
But I think that's super sarcastic.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm talking about why John Anik would... That comment was clearly sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
Why the fuck would John Anik say something like that?
You figure someone would have given him the... Oh, no, they're not sitting close to each other anymore, right? But someone would have given him like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
Give him an elbow.
I guess when
But now they're like 6 feet apart or whatever. Now they can't do that.
I guess when you're a color commentator and you just gotta have shit to talk about. But like, how as you're saying it, are you like, you know what? Let's not.
I thought that's like some pretty brutal shit. Yeah. I'll say a lot of shit, but I ain't gonna make fun of someone's custody battle.
Oh, dude, we've made fun of way worse, but we're also not UFC broadcasters.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fucking difference, Kate.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you heard Volkanovski Ortega? Is that going down?
Yeah, far as I know.
When is that happening?
I think
Is it like official?
Yeah, that's on the card after the next one. I think.
Oh, is it? Okay, I couldn't remember. I just seen it, so...
Yeah, UFC 260, the only 2 confirmed fights are Stipe versus Francis and Volkanovski versus Bryan. Which is a fucking sick card. Sick card.
Yo, we talked about Dan Hooker's quarantine thing. I got it here.
Okay.
So he fought... So it says here, he'd have to stay in Abu Dhabi a month after his fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he would have to do another quarantine when he gets home. So he's not going to get home till March 3rd.
Jesus Christ.
And he fought how long ago?
That's wild.
Yeah, dude.
Really? Holy shit.
Pretty crazy, eh? Couple more UFC notes that I got here. If you don't mind
go
just
for it.
running through them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dana White says Wei Lee and
Yo, shit.
Namajunas.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm actually so pumped for that fight. Fuck yeah.
also, are we good, bro?
I think... Yeah,
Was like looking at the ceiling for a while?
Pardon?
Looking at the ceiling for a while?
No. I think our heads were a little bit cut off there.
Okay, whatever.
I'm actually pumped because there was rumors going around that Rose didn't want the championship fight for some reason, but she's like came out and was like, "Nah, fuck that, I want it."
I like her. I'm a big Rose.
She's my favorite in that division.
UFC's changed their stance on marijuana. Positive test is no longer a violation. Shout out Diaz brothers. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. Apparently,
that's pretty much what I take it. That's what.
Welcome to 2021. For. Like,
yeah, but especially for them, like who else is really bitching about weed except for Nate Diaz?
I bet you a lot of Sugar Sean O'Malley for sure.
Oops.
The one thing though is like, yeah, this rule is real, but apparently like the state athletic commissions, like they're still going to be testing for it. So realistically, like apart from California, you're kind of fucked still.
Oh, it says positive test is no longer a violation. So
for UFC, but not for the state athletic commission. Like getting a fight sanctioned by the commission is what the problem is.
Okay.
So apparently, like state by state, some states obviously are not going to allow it.
And we got Stipe Ngannou, UFC 260. That's March 27th.
Dude, I don't think Stipe has enough brain cells to eat another punch from Francis left.
No, it's gonna be Francis knockout second round.
Second round.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Dude, I'm almost tempted.
I was gonna say third,
first.
but I think second.
Dude, I'm almost tempted to say first, bro. Like, I don't know.
Another weird stat I came across too was 46 fighters officially missed the weight for their contest in 2020. That's a lot of fucking fighters. That's
really
a single year record.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's fucking a lot.
That is a lot of fighters.
And the Coliseum in Italy, you obviously know what that is.
Yeah.
They're reopening it. So imagine UFC in fucking the Coliseum.
Ooh.
Wild.
They're opening the Coliseum for like sports?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How is it even possible?
They're starting on it to host fights there. That'd be so dope. I seen that shit in real life.
That's like some Rome gladiator, like
bro. That shit is so crazy, dog. Fucking nutty, man. But yeah, that'd
wild.
be so. Imagine like UFC 300.
Oh, dude, in
the
the Coliseum
son?
in Rome, bro. Fuck yeah.
Crazy though. I think that's gonna be so dope. Boxing, the whole nine. I think. I think that's fucking awesome.
I think it's still a little fucking low. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
No. That's all the UFC news I got right now.
Yeah, I wanted to quickly. No one can hear me. I wanted to quickly add some thoughts because now that the NFL is officially over, we're not going to be doing a lot of NFL talk apart from off-season stuff for the next while. I wanted to go over if you have any closing thoughts from the season, and then I wanted to make an early prediction for next year, and not just Super Bowl. I can go over a couple of mine if you want to.
Yeah, go shoot. Yeah.
Couple thoughts. Let me pull my notes. Where is it? Here we go. Do you think that Tom Brady? Do you think the success of Tom Brady leaving and going to Tampa Bay and obviously winning the Super Bowl right away? Do you think this has an effect on how teams look at and view the quarterback position? And also, do you think that quarterbacks in the league will change their attitude in terms of decision making in their organization?
So I don't think it changes the way the teams look at the quarterback, but it already has changes the quarterback's view of the team. And I'll give you an example. Deshaun just signed his deal. He wants out.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers voicing his displeasure.
Russell
I'm
Wilson.
calling it right now. He's not going to finish his career in Green Bay. No way.
Yeah, I could see that.
Russell and then Wilson. Also Russell Wilson. He came out on the Dan Patrick show, voiced his displeasure. So there was a couple things here that he was griping about, if you want to call it that. So first of all, he was complaining, and rightfully so, about the offensive line. The whole time he's been in Seattle, it hasn't been good.
And that's an understatement.
It has. So in the 9 seasons he's been in the league, he's been sacked 394 times. To put that in perspective, I believe that's 100 more than any other quarterback from that draft class.
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
So we saw it this year in the playoffs. The Rams sacked him 5 times. He was sacked 47 times, this year, which was 3rd in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And this is crazy, this stat here. So according to pass block win rate, 10 of Russell's final 11 games had worse pass protection than Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Really?
And Mahomes was running for his goddamn life the whole game.
That's a wild
And 10
stat.
of 11, Russell had worse.
That's a wild stat.
So I get his frustration.
Mm-hmm. And it's also like really indicative of just how frustrated he is, because Russell is so not the guy that voices any sort of concerns publicly. He is always go Hawks for the betterment of the team, quiet, reserved, like just a consummate professional. And for him to actually come out and say something is just shows you that like behind closed doors, it must be bad. Like his sentiment to how the organization's handling things.
Oh, for sure. I think it's really bad. To your point, yeah, I think it's really bad. Once it becomes public, especially with somebody like Russell, who's never like that, who never airs his dirty laundry.
That's a better way of putting it, yeah.
He's frustrated.
For sure.
So I have some clips here. I'm just trying to fucking get them ready here. Oh, fuck. I got to talk about that too. Sorry. So this is Russ on the Dan Patrick show. He asks if he wants any to make a hand in personnel decisions. Oh, shit. Is it going to play?
Oh, no.
Question. Are you involved in personnel decisions? Have you been involved in personnel decisions?
Not as much. I don't, I think that, for
Do you
me,
want to be involved, Russ?
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it helps to be involved more. But I think that dialogue should happen more often, in my opinion.
And that is like the nicest way of saying, no, I'm not involved. I need to be involved.
He asked before this, and Russ was like dancing around it.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't answer, like giving a super political answer. Right?
Yeah.
And then Dan Patrick's like again asked him, like, yo, dude, do you want to have that? And like you said, Tom Brady coming over. It's not even Tom Brady coming over. It's Tom Brady coming over and then implementing the New England offense with Bruce Arians, no risk it, no biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think they see what's going on in the NBA, all the player empowerment in that league, and I think guys are like, now there's only a select few that can do this, Russ being one of them. They want to take ownership of their career, and if it's not going to be here, they have no problem moving on.
Mm-hmm. And I love the NBA for it. People get a lot of people, and I don't understand this mindset. People are like, players shouldn't have this much power over teams. I'm the exact opposite. I'm all for players running the show. I think the NBA is way more exciting when you have moves being made and teams being torn apart and recreated. I love that shit. I'm a really big fan of people and players in sports. I'm not a fan of teams. Like, obviously I have my team, but the reason I fell in love with the Giants was because they were the underdogs. They weren't supposed to, in their two Super Bowl runs, which is when I really got into football. They weren't supposed to win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady was 16-0, and Patriots were undefeated, arguably the best team ever, people were saying. And the Giants came in there and beat the shit out of them. And it was so much fun to watch. This dork and Eli Manning and this like underdog team. Like, I fell in love with that story. and I care more about players and stories than I do teams. And so I think
your generation does care more about players and teams.
for sure. Like I would
your
never.
generation also doesn't really watch sports; they watch clips.
It's true.
Yeah,
I in almost every single, apart from big games or like marquee matchups, I almost never watch games live. I always watch like the 30-minute recaps, where it's like always plays for either loss or gains. There's no dead plays or time in between.
Right.
Which obviously like you lose something, but like people now have such short Jesus Christ. People now are my age have really short attention spans. And so like you can't be fucked to waste time watching stuff.
So Dan Patrick also asked Russ if he thinks teams have called the Seahawks to inquire about if he's available. That's what Russ had to say.
Calls for sure. I think that I think anytime you're a player that tries to produce every week and has done it for consistently, I think people are going to call for sure, and I think it's part of the process.
Yeah, but you're a franchise quarterback. You're a Hall of Fame quarterback. You're not available, are you?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm available or not. That's a Seahawks question, but I think more than anything else is I think at the end of the day, you want to win. You play this game every day to wake up to win. You play this game, to be the best in the world. I hate? I hate sitting there watching other guys play the game. There's nothing worse.
By the way, you looked miserable at the Super Bowl watching.
Yeah, there's a picture of Sierra and Roger talking. I'm sitting there watching this game, like, wishing that I was in there playing. I think that ultimately you watch the games and you want to do everything you can to be there. That's why we play this game.
And I don't honestly. Okay, here's the thing now. Okay, Russ wants a seat at the table. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, sit at the table. I know Jay Cutler in Chicago back when Brandon Marshall was playing with him. He was allowed to sit at the table, and this is Jay Cutler we're talking about all these years ago. Mm-hmm. So if people like him, Russ has earned it. But here's the question. What's Russ going to do? Russ can't automatically just make money up here. Okay, Russ, you want to put more money in the offensive line? Mm-hmm. Okay, we got to take away from somewhere. Mm-hmm. So we have to take away from one of your weapons or somebody on defense. Mm-hmm. Defense is already lacking. Mm-hmm. So what's it going to be? You make $35 million, mm-hmm. which is, you earned it. Mm-hmm. But you also have to understand that's a liability too. Mm-hmm. Other guys can't eat now because you make 35. So those two things, like, what's he gonna do? And like I get it too. He's sick of the offense handing off first down, second down. He wants a more evolved offense. And they hired the new offensive coordinator. And I believe he did have a say in it. I don't know much about the guy.
I have no idea.
But I don't know. This is what, okay, you can have a seat at the table, but I don't know what you're going to change.
I think the only thing that because there was a stat I saw where out of every single offensive line player they've drafted in the last 5 years, they have not re-signed one of them to an extension or to a new contract. The biggest name they got rid of was Unger, who was a really good center, really talented center. I forget where he ended up, but he's still playing.
Saints.
Really good. Really, really good center.
Oh, he was dope.
So I think to answer your question, I think the only place that he can make an impact or have a say is in the draft. And Seattle's always been iffy drafting for me. Like, they don't do a
doesn't
great
mean shit anymore.
They don't do a great job. See, but then the counter argument to that is Tampa Bay. You look at all the talent.
Everyone's giving away picks like it's nothing. Seattle gave away 2 picks for Adams. We just saw the Rams give away 2 picks for Stafford. Jalen Ramsey got 2 picks. Mm-hmm. Like, picks are so undervalued, more so than I've ever seen.
I agree, but the counter argument to that is then you look at teams like the 49ers, you look at teams like the Saints, you look at teams like the Bucks, who obviously they had to get Tom Brady, but that roster was fucking stacked. The Saints roster,
they were
stacked
for so long that they got good draft positions.
It's true, but I'm saying you look at the Los Angeles Rams. We talked about this I think last week. Like, they draft so well. Like, you can do it through the draft, but if you don't have the scouting team and the front office who makes the right decisions, it's going to be tough. And so I think that's the only place that Russell Wilson could really change anything, which, to your point, it's not going to be that much of an impact. You're saying,
But coming from Seattle, you give him whatever you want to give him.
Mm-hmm. You have to at least see. This is the thing, though, where I see potential issue. Is it okay? Yes, you've got a seat at the table, but your seat doesn't matter. So you're gonna say something, and Pete Carroll is gonna be like, "Nah, shut the fuck up. I'm making the decision," because that's just gonna make the relationship worse.
Yeah, well, obviously, giving him a seat at the table, you're not gonna you're gonna have to go with something he says. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to give him an inch or more. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, and like like I said, okay, first 9 years in the NFL, he holds the regular season wins record 98 and playoff wins for the player's first 9 years.
Huh?
So
He's unbelievable.
And this year, 68% completion percentage, 40 touchdowns, 4,200 passing yards, and they were 12-4. So, you let this guy go, you ain't getting nobody coming back.
Nobody coming close, bro.
There was one trade I seen, like the sportscaster was just having fun, and it was actually pretty dope. Nick Wright.
I was gonna say, is it the Nick Wright trade? I seen this. This is
Yeah,
so good.
4-team trade with the Texans, Jets, Seahawks, and 49ers.
It actually made so much sense.
So Texans would get Sam Darnold, 3 first-round picks, and a second-rounder. Jets would get Russell Wilson. Sierra could go out there in New York. Seahawks would get Garoppolo, Nick Bosa, 2 first-round picks, and 49ers would get Deshaun Watson. That's fucking wild.
Every team in that is happy.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. People in Seattle would be happy with Garoppolo, but
No, but
Bosa and the 2 first-round picks. But again, those first-round picks have to come into something, and nothing is guaranteed. But it's pretty cool though. Like whatever to think about that off the top of your head, pretty fucking dope, man. You know what I mean? He ain't going anywhere though.
He's too good. He's a top
and
2.
He's got a no trade clause. He still has contract to play out, and the dead money that they would have to carry, which is the real issue when it comes to trades. He ain't going anywhere.
No.
You know,
he's a top 2 quarterback in the league, and if you have any quarterback in the top 10, you ain't moving off him.
He's definitely. What. Is he my favorite?
Is he your favorite quarterback?
He's up there. He's probably top 2 for me.
Obviously, I'm white, and I really support his sentiment. Drew Brees is my kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you like those racist white guys. What do you call him? Proud Boy Drew?
Proud Boy, yes, sir.
Yeah. Proud Boy Breeze. That's what it is, right? PBB.
Yeah, we're making jokes, obviously. But I don't know. I like guys who shit talk a little bit. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I think after, and especially in the Super Bowl, like watching him go at it with Tyrann Mathieu, I was like, ooh, that's my fucking guy.
How much you think the sales of the TB12 went up after the 7th Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Everyone's like, shit, I'm on that. Alex Guerrero, come to my house.
Straight up.
Bill Belichick's trying to kick this guy out of the building.
Mm-hmm. I have one little question I wanted to ask you.
No. What's up?
So there's on average for the last, I think, 100 years, Colin Cowherd was said this stat just like randomly offhand the other day. Or so I think it's maybe since like the Super Bowl era, because 100 years wouldn't make sense. I'm a little high. On average, 4 teams who made the playoffs this year won't make the playoffs next year.
Right.
Who do you think those teams are? Because I have my picks.
Oh, fuck. Put me on the spot here.
Yeah. So I'll go over my picks, and you can like disagree.
So the team that
agree.
made the playoffs and won't make it next year.
Exactly. So for me, I think Chicago won't make it.
Oh, guaranteed.
I think Chicago was a mess, and they snuck in just based on rankings. I think the Saints won't make it. Drew Brees is gone. They're like, what, 90 million?
100 million over cap.
Over the cap. Like, they're going to have to move off people. I think they stick with Jameis, and I think they're going to have to move off Michael Thomas. And that's what I would do if I was a GM. Getting rid of Brees and Michael Thomas clears up so much space, and you guys...
Pittsburgh,
I've said this so many times.
Sorry.
See, this is the thing. So many times I've said, like, if you're not winning the Super Bowl, if you're not in the Super Bowl bubble of teams that can win it, you should be rebuilding. That's always my attitude. You said Pittsburgh. This was someone who I was fucking thinking about. I was really on the fence about who I thought was and wasn't going to make it. And I don't think Cleveland's actually going to make it again.
Oh, I think Cleveland's a lock for sure. I think they make it for sure.
I think Cleveland, I saw their schedule for next season, and it is ridiculously fucking hard. Like,
that's fine.
Like crazy hard. And I hope they make it just to prove everybody wrong, but I don't see them making it. And then for me, my 4th team out, I said either Washington or Seattle. Seattle, I'm less inclined to think that they won't make it. Washington, the only reason I say that, they're better than the Giants. They're better than the Eagles, but I think the Cowboys with Dak next year, I think they'll do good and win that division.
Yeah, I don't think Chicago gets in. I don't think Pittsburgh gets in. I'm just trying to think who else here, man.
Saints, you gotta say they aren't getting back in, bro. There's no way they're making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting what these teams do now, because there's a bunch of teams over the cap, like big time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Tampa Bay's got a lot of money to spend, but they also have a lot of players to re-sign. So,
yep.
Okay, who do you think makes it to the Super Bowl? I know it's super early, but
I think the Chiefs.
Yeah, you can't really count them
Nope,
out, right?
I can't.
Fuck.
Especially after how Buffalo kind of fell apart. I know beginning of this year, you and I had said like it's going to be Buffalo and the Chiefs for the next couple of years. Sorry, not Buffalo, Baltimore. But they look one-dimensional. I don't have
Buffalo's there for the next few years,
yep.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. As I think it's now Buffalo and the Chiefs after this last year. Baltimore, I don't think can bounce back. I don't have enough. I didn't see enough out of Lamar taking a big enough step in his throwing game. I think he could get there, but he's not there yet. So KC, and then on the other side, I want to say the Pack, but I also want to say the 49ers. The 49ers roster is so fucking good top to bottom. Like,
and they got one of the best coaches, dude.
Like gross, man.
Which is huge.
So there's also talk about the 49ers moving off Jimmy G this season.
Like, what if Deshaun Watson lands somewhere and then that team just changes? So it's so fucking hard to say this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but even if Deshaun doesn't end up on the Niners, I think they make the Super Bowl. And even if he does, obviously they're probably a favorite to win the Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
It depends what they have to give up going the other way.
They're going to have to give up.
Starting at Bosa.
I was going to say they're going to have to give up Bosa.
It'd be a few players and a bunch of picks for sure. But yeah.
So yeah, that's probably it. I think Chiefs, 49ers. It's either that or the Pack. It's Chiefs, Buffalo on the AFC side, and it's Pack 49ers on the AFC side. Sorry, NFC side.
Yeah, you think the Pack got to do right by Rodgers, and they got to give him some help. So
I've been hearing lots of things about J.J. Watt going to the Pack.
Yeah, same. Well, he played in Wisconsin in college, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Who's your picks?
Oh, fuck. I got to...
Yeah, fucker. How you going to ask me?
Hang on a second here.
What are you looking up?
I'm just trying to see who will make the playoffs. I can't remember.
I'm just talking about Super Bowl pick.
Oh, sorry. Super Bowl pick. I'll say the Chiefs. And... fuck, I'm thinking it's going to be someone that's going to be coming out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
NFC. Rams?
I wouldn't... They have no depth, so that's what it is. They're only like an injury or two, and they're like a nobody. So
but if they don't get an injury, Rams are right there,
If they
man.
don't get injured,
they're so good.
they're going to be a problem for sure.
Rams, who else is in that division that can make a run? Tampa, obviously, again.
I don't see them. No, it's so hard to...
either.
I don't see them doing it.
Who?
I'll say maybe Rams or Pack.
Rams
that would be the early choice, I guess.
I think it's 49ers, Rams, Pack, and Tampa. Obviously, those are the four on the NFC side.
I definitely don't see Tampa Bay there at the end.
It's Tom Brady's the year after he wins the Super Bowl, he never gets back.
Yeah, so it's the year after
exactly.
Next.
Year after that for sure.
So,
you got anything else you want to know on that?
Oh yeah, we can wrap it up. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We do 2 episodes a week. Those who don't know, this is Water Cooler Wednesday. We talk sports, and then we do a Friday episode where we talk about just whatever we want to talk about. So, y'all listen to this on Wednesday, so we will see you Friday. Give us a follow, Highly Unlikely Pod on everything. Whatever you're listening to, please subscribe. Give us a rating. It really helps out. We will see you on Friday.
Peace.